Supposedly this grout is really difficult to work with when it sits for longer than 15 minutes. So which is why I'm trying to do small areas. Get this all packed in there and get it wiped down and on to the next section. Hey everybody, Andrew here. Welcome to Living the Northern Life. Today, hopefully, will be my last video on this shower series. We're going to be doing the grout, the faucet fixtures, and the shower curtain. We're not putting up glass walls at this point. We're just going to be putting up a shower curtain, which means we're going to extend a shower rod from one corner around to the other. We've got that all purchased. But the first thing that we need to do is to get the grout going. If you haven't seen our previous videos where we cleaned off all the thin set or got this whole project started, I'm going to put a link up here in the corner for you guys to click on so you can watch that playlist. We're going to be using this Fusion Pro grout. So it's got color in it already. It's a pewter, which means that it's a little harder to work with. Now, I don't have a lot of experience at this, though. Like I said earlier in my other videos, last time I did this was about 20 years ago. So it was recommended that we only start with about between 5 and 10 square feet. 10 square feet is 5 tiles. So I'm going to start with 3 or 4 tiles just as my first little batch with this stuff. I'm going to try to get used to it. I've got 3 buckets over here. I have 3 buckets here filled with water. One is going to be very dirty, semi-dirty, and this will be my microcloth. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use in a circular motion with, and that's going to be that water. This one here, I'm going to use, take one brush this way, flip it over, and do another brush, and then rinse it out. And then when this one is done, I'm going to use microcloths over here. I'm also using a Kep rubber brush. It's 10 inches long by 3.5 inches wide. It will fit inside my buckets for the most part. So anyway, I just got to get started doing this. So I'm going to start up against the wall here and do these tiles here. And then kind of finish down here. So 2, 4, 6, 7. It's a lot. So I may even just do this tile. So this 5 square feet, then clean this one off, and then do this as one section, and then do this one and this one. At least that's my game plan anyway. So let's get to it. Yes, I am a little nervous doing this. So I'm going to push that in, fill up the corners. I'm just trying to jam it in the corners here in the grout crack here. Fill it up as best as I can. All right, so now I'm going to get to cleaning up that. Not ready to have that one worked on yet. There's no real water left in my sponge at all. Well, that's what my goal is, but you can still see it's running a little bit, so I need to get that cleaned up. Okay, now we'll move on to this next section. I don't know if you can see it, but I do have a piece of cardboard down on the ground so that I don't get any on the floor before I'm ready to get to the floor. You can hear it dropping. Remember, get it in there good. Supposedly this grout is really difficult to work with when it sits for longer than 15 minutes. So which is why I'm trying to do small areas. Get this all packed in there and get it wiped down and on to the next section. Again, we're not professionals. We're just doing this on our own, watching some videos and making our own as we go ahead and do this, because I haven't seen anybody use this stuff on shower walls, just on floors. So thought it might be worth doing this one as well. All right, let's get this cleaned up. Should probably let my water sit at room temperature. It's cold. Obviously, I gotta clean up this other wall though. I'm kind of touching it, so I'm focusing on just getting this grout in the crack packed in. And the corners are going to be a silicone grout, the same color. You can see I'm just putting little bits on at a time. I'm not a professional, so I'm just trying to get it into the crack where it's supposed to go, pushing it both ways. I'm really trying to be careful, but I'm getting it all over the floor. I'm glad I got that cardboard, so it's capturing 99% of it. Okay, so this wall is done. Onto this wall now. I'll probably tackle the floor tomorrow. Well, all right, well, that's going to be it for the walls. Next, I'm just going to let the floor dry just a little bit before we tackle it, because it's a little bit wet, and grout's not supposed to get wet before, or this grout's not supposed to get wet before we apply it. So I'm going to let the floor dry, and then we'll tackle that. Okay, so all the grout is done now on the inside and the outside, as you saw, except for the base lines over here and the line that goes right up here. We're going to be running some colored caulking on that. And it is the commercial 100% silicone sealant in the color match for our pewter. That's supposed to go with our grout here. So we're gonna we're gonna let the grout dry, and then we're gonna tackle it here with our silicone for the corners and finish that off. And then after that, we'll be mounting the fixtures. That's gonna be a little bit over the next 7 days. It's gonna take 7 days for our grout to dry. Then we'll be putting on our fixtures and then mounting our shower curtain. So right back in 1 minute. All right, well, it's been 7 days. We're back at it. What we need to do now is we're going to take our silicone tube, cut it off at a 45 degrees. My silicone gun doesn't have a knife on it. Some of them you'll see that it's got a hole in it, but I'm going to cut this off at a 45 degree and then start applying it to the wall. I do have a little tool for it to spread this out. I have not used it before, and I just watched Jeff from Home Renovision DIY, and he was just showing that you use your middle finger. So make sure your nail's cut, and then we'll kind of walk through that as we go. All right, let's get to this. All right, so my angle's cut, and I'm going to just pull this out on this gun and lots of other guns. On most guns, you'll see that it's got this little pin on it, and that's for poking a hole in the silicone. So there ain't nothing to it but to do it now. We're gonna keep the 45 degree on the top, so that way when I'm working my way down, we're putting a small bead in the corner. Okay, so you're gonna see here as well is that when I'm done, and I'm only gonna start with like a half a tile, and then I'm gonna wipe it down with my finger. Hopefully I don't have too much on my hand, but when you see me pull it off, I'm gonna release the pressure using the trigger on here that will actually allow this piece, the plunger, to move back and to allow the caulking to not come out anymore, or really slow it down. All right, I got my piece at the top. I'm gonna apply some pressure here. Initially, it's gonna be a little bit tight. You gotta break that seal, and there it comes. This one would be okay to be a little bit messy because like it's gonna get covered up. So I need my glasses. Hey guys, I don't know how much good stuff I've got here yet. I'm just going to direct you to Jeff's video here from Home Renovision DIY. His explanation on how to do siliconing is way better than I can do. I am not good at siliconing, and it's very frustrating. We did get it done, but yeah, I'm not a silicone person. Sorry about that. But now what we have to do is we've got to get our fixtures on here. We got to get going. We got to get the shower curtain going, and so that's what we're up to next. Don't forget to put your splash plate on before you mount this to the wall, and be generous. You got to make sure that the rubber stays on, and be generous with the amount of thread tape that you put on. And if you want, you can add that pipe dope on as well. But we need to get to this. Let's get going. This one, due to the piece on the bottom, certainly doesn't give you a lot of playroom here, but we got it installed, and on to the next one. The line for the handle comes with these yellow caps on them. You just unloosen them. more difficult with one hand. I'm just going to let that drop to the ground. But they have a rubber seal in it, so we don't need any pipe dope or any thread tape on it at all. I'm just going to put it on the valve and tighten it up. And it is the exact same for the handle side, so no thread tape and no pipe dope required. There's not actually anything to get a hold of on this thing to tighten it up, so I can only tighten it by hand unless I want to use my channel locks here again, which I don't really want to do. There's a lot more room on the shower stem here to put this plate on and get it out of the way to check for any leaks. Time to put some thread tape and some pipe dope on here. Strangely enough, the shower head needs, it didn't come with a rubber, so I got to put some thread tape on that. Alright, so all that's installed, and now the scary part is to give this a water test. So, here we go. It looks nice. And I don't see any leaks back there. And this looks dry up here as well. So now we're going to try the shower head. I'm going to shut the shower off to get a hold of the handle because I don't want it to spray like that. I don't see any leaks here either, so this is looking good. So I'm going to push this cover back, push this cover back, and now we can install the shower curtain rods. So my son and I took some measurements last night. We're not exactly sure where we want this shower curtain rod to be, so instead of drilling holes through our nice ceramic tiles, we decided we were going to mount this board in about the right place and screw it to the wall, and then we can decide whether or not that's right before we ever drill through the ceramic tiles, and then afterwards we can decide to do that, or if my wife likes it, we'll leave it alone. All right, so that one's up, lagged into the top, and now what I'm going to do is set a laser up so I can run it across the bottom to make sure that it's in the right plane and that those are exactly in the right spot. So I'm going to set that up now. Okay, so hopefully my boards are in exactly the right spot. I'm gonna go get the shower bar and try to put that up by myself. Actually, just gotta put the clip in there and we'll go from there. Let me try to get this all in here. So here's my wife's shower curtains and her sparkly shower rings. I guess we got this done now. We can call the shower finished. Obviously, we have some renovations to do around here. We're gonna be putting on a roof and finishing off the trim and putting a mirror up and all that good stuff. But I think that that's it for this video. I'm gonna see if she wants a second curtain on here. It doesn't look too bad, but we'll see. Well, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining along. This was a long process for me. It took me a couple months. I was just kind of doing it in the evenings and on a weekend here and there. Lots of drying time. I'm going to produce a little video about lessons learned here after this one. Still trying to put that one together yet, but boy, did we learn a lot off of this one. We're not professionals here. Hopefully, though, that you learned some things from us. We definitely learned some things as we were putting this together. Leave your comments down below. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button to follow along. We are an Amazon affiliate. If you click any of our Amazon links down below, we'll get a small commission within the next 24 hours after you buy something. If you're not a subscriber or following along, hit that subscribe button to follow along. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it sure means the world to us. And until the next one, keep living the Northern Life. Thanks for watching Living the Northern Life. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and our website. Remember to click subscribe, click that bell notification, and give us a thumbs up for the videos you like.